Thanks to Liquorland for sponsoring this episode of Willow Talk. Score more this summer with Liquorland, and of course, choose to drink wise. Hello, welcome to Willow Talk. Adam Peacock here in the studio. Post Ashes Blues. None of that. We've got plenty to talk about today. Alyssa Healy is here. Heels, how are you?
Very well.
That's the way. And Bradley Haddin, how are you?
Very excited. Can't wait for the Ashes review. Nothing can top that.
No, nothing at all. We will review the 4-1 win for Australia in the Ashes series, go over the Ashes predictions, revisit those. Who got closest? We'll see a bit later on. Haven't got to that page. Our rundown is about 18.
I have a weird feeling that I did. So
Well, you got inside information. I knew Mitch was on.
Secret Cricket Club and finished with Sundries. And a look at the Big Bash, some exciting matches at the moment. What about Perth Scorchers? Going bananas. As we sit here,
They're
that
powerful.
was last night.
Really powerful. What about how good now that the Aussie players are back, the impact it has? At the SCG last night, the crowd was buzzing just to see Steve Smith.
yeah.
Mate, how good was it?
Well, Sydney Smash on Friday. If the rain goes away,
Oh, that'll be a great game.
If the rain goes away.
That'll be a real good game.
thumping.
A shout out to everyone who gave us
Yay!
caps
How
as
good.
well. There's one of these Hads. This was the one I wore
it's
on
the
the final
coolest
day.
one.
Alvin
That and the
from
hippos.
Bulletin. Yeah, Talon Hippos as well. So a stack of them. Everyone.
Is that
who,
yours?
No, that's,
No.
it's cool.
That's my one. I've given you your one, and Heels has got hers.
No, that's because it's oddly shaped. You've been wearing that.
Correct. Yep. It's kind of stretched at the back. Anyway, that's the cap. So everyone who provided us with caps throughout the summer, thank you very much for that. We do absolutely appreciate it, and we'll find a way to make them a bigger part of the show. Joffre's Gold Chain, by the way, left us a review on Apple Podcasts. Interesting name. The Shangri-La of cricket pods. Love blasting Willow Talk through my John Deere's Bluetooth while propping up the nation farming. Good side mouth by Healy, and keep a combo with Hads as well. So
Okay, is that a positive?
I think so.
Thanks for keeping the nation running, pal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You've got
you.
your John Deere hat
No,
on.
They sent me one.
Now keep the messages and reviews coming on Apple, Spotify and Listener, our social media pages. A big show today. However, Alyssa, you
Yeah.
have some news for us.
Well, I didn't know that we were starting with this. I thought maybe we'd just drop it in at the end.
No, doesn't work like that.
What are we dropping in?
Do you have news?
I don't have any news.
I've got news.
Go.
Well, I wanted to save it for the podcast because this has been the most enjoyable little side hustle that I've been a part of over the last little period. But officially coming out today that you hear this, I'm actually retiring from cricket at the end of the Indian series. Please don't make me cry.
Okay, I can't promise anything over the course of the next 10 to 15 minutes, but you look stunned.
Well, I actually don't. Did I say at the top of the show it couldn't get better than this?
Or bigger.
Yeah, you could.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Well, you've just topped that.
Well, wasn't the chat always that losers review and winners? What's the
Winners have reunions
yes?
and losers have reviews.
Yeah, but we're not losers. We're winners here.
Yeah.
So we'll save the review to the end. But yeah, some big news. It'll obviously all come to light tomorrow and probably over the next week. But yeah, it's no easy decision, but had to be made at some point.
All athletes retire eventually. Some are ready. Some are like a little, okay, what's the future going to look like? But what was the tipping point for you to say now is the time? And just explain exactly when you're going to, it's not like today you're retiring. You're still going to play a bit of cricket over the next couple of months.
Yeah, well, I think the decision came about, I don't know if everyone knew on social media, but Mitch got a hole-in-one the other day, and I realised that my golf's really shit. And I need to actually improve that. So cricket needs to take a bit of a back seat, and I need to go and work on my golf. Otherwise, I'm just getting pantsed. No, look, it's been a long time coming. I think probably the last few years has been probably more mentally draining than anything else. A few injuries. You got to dive into the well a couple of times, and that well's getting less and less full of water, so getting harder to dive back in there. But at the end of the day, having the opportunity to finish at home against India, which is on the calendar, one of the biggest series for us, a multi-format. I thought it was a really cool way to finish with some of my teammates and obviously some family around as well. Would have been nice to do it in India with a World Cup, but no, to finish at home would be really cool, really special. And yeah, obviously that means I'm not going to the World Cup, the T20 World Cup. So there might be a little bit of change over the next few weeks that you'll see within that series and some leadership stuff leading into that World Cup. But for me, the opportunity to play at home, still captain the team in that series is going to be really special.
It will be special. I'm sure your entire family and Mitch's family have looked at flights to Perth at the start of March. Is that fair for
There's
the
a few
WACA?
coming.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how it unfolds. I never really wanted to do it like this, I will say that. I never wanted to announce it. I just wanted to get to the end of the test match and hang up my boots and celebrate. But like I said, with me not going to the T20 World Cup, it's probably forced a little bit of change. Not a lot of T20 cricket leading into that for the girls, so it's probably been then placed on me to make a decision on that format and give the opportunity for the girls to prepare for that World Cup in the best possible way, knowing that I'm not going to be there. So, it's forced an announcement of sorts, but I guess at the end of the day, it's probably given me a little peace as well because I've known that's at the back of my mind for probably the last 6 months. But to finally just say it, get it out there, everyone to clap it and move on, that would be ideal.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations. I'm shocked, so I'm normally prepared. You've thrown me, but you've retired a great of the game. You've inspired a generation of cricketers, male and female. What are you most happiest that you'll be remembered for? What are you most proud of?
I hope just to showcase the enjoyment and the love of the game more than anything else. People talk about legacy and what that looks like, and people feel like you need to do great things to leave a legacy. But I guess for majority of my career, I've always played with a smile on my face. I've enjoyed myself, and I've enjoyed what it means to play for Australia and wear that cap on and that shirt on. So I hope that like at the end of the day, when people reflect on that, I hope they remember those times. I've been a bit grumpy as a captain, and there's no denying that. But I think 98% of the time I've absolutely loved it, and I think I've played in that manner, which is cool.
Well, that's Australian captaincy, isn't it? You've got to have an edge of grumpiness.
Yeah, well, it's such a tough job. Was there one moment? I remember Matthew Haddin, when he retired, he said, you realise there's a moment you just go, I've had enough. And I remember being young and thinking, that won't happen to me. But there was a moment where I went, I'm done. Did you have that exact moment?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. But it's more been like it's been the mental side of it, I think, that's probably worn me down at the last little bit. And I felt like, I've never been the most diligent trainer. I've never been the most talented kid, but I've always felt like I've had a competitive edge in that I want to compete, I want to win, and I want to challenge myself on the park.
Noticed.
Yeah, and I felt like maybe as I've got a little bit older, I've not necessarily lost all of it, but I've lost some of that. I think the WBBL was probably a bit of a wake-up call. Me not being able to hold the bat with two hands didn't help either, but I think sort of waking up and going, it was another day of cricket, probably really surprised myself because I still thought I loved playing the game. But fortunately, like I said, I still get an opportunity to wear the baggy green, I think, which is special.
Who was the hardest phone call to? We'll get tears here.
Don't know. Well, I remember I told Mitch.
Yeah.
And he wasn't overly surprised, but he was also a little bit like, why?
He didn't try to talk you out of it?
Not really.
Yeah.
I think you kind of just know within your household.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, actually, I had a phone call. I won't say who it is. Had a chat with someone close to me, and they said, "Why are you bothering? Why not just do it now? Like, why are you playing the back end?" And I found that one fascinating. I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're right. And that actually made me think for a little bit of time. Like maybe that could be the go. But no, I've still, like I said, I've still got some passion and some fight left in me to beat India. There's a little bit of extra incentive on the line in that regard, and I still got it.
you'll never take any credit for it, but I just noticed, like, when we're standing outside grounds doing Willow Talk and people run to you to try and get people run with watermelons to you, like my stepbrother did. No, but in all seriousness, so many kids come up to you, and shout out to kids and parents of kids out there. If you go up to Alyssa, make sure you bring your manners, because she's a big one for please.
I'll let you know.
And Hads is the same as well. But in all seriousness, they gravitate towards you, and now you probably, I don't know, you're so humble that you're not going to take any credit for that. But the position cricket was in on the women's side, from when it was Alyssa working the part-time job at KFC to support things, to right now, is what? And I don't know how you can quantify this, but in what kind of part do you feel that you've played there?
Yeah, like a really very small one, but I think at the same time, like, that's part of, I guess, the legacy of our generation, in that, yes, there were people that came before us and pioneered the game, but then to see it change as dramatically as what I have in the 15 years or 16 years that I've been involved at a professional level is huge. And us as players have played a very small part in that. And there's obviously people with, the money and the decision-making capabilities to make that happen. But I guess to see it grow, has been really, really special. And like you said, I think we get more chat about Willow Talk than my actual cricket career, but that's okay. But I guess from that side of things as well, people to feel valued and to feel respected because of your cricket career as a female in today's day and age, I think has been a real shift. And I think to feel that is really special.
What will you miss the most?
I'll miss my mates, my teammates, definitely. I'll miss, singing the team song and having a beer after play, even though none of them drink anymore. I still do. I'll miss that stuff, and I'll miss genuinely, I think I'll miss opening the batting for Australia. I mean, there's nothing quite like walking out there and being the first person to mark centre. You get out a lot in the first over, but there's a real thrill in trying to set the tone for your side, and I think I'll probably miss that the most.
What about the one thing I found was the national anthem?
Yeah.
I missed that, like being in the line with your teammates. Treasure that moment, I reckon, in the next couple of games.
Well, mine's changed so dramatically over the last 3 years. It used to be down the back end, staying with Pez and Moons and girls that I've played with for long periods of time, and now I'm at the front, and I'm hugging T-Mac. So my anthem experience has changed quite dramatically over the years, in that people have come and gone. But you're right, that is pretty special. Nearly
300 international matches, 800s, 172 catches, 103 stumpings. That's a good record. It's a good balance.
Dropped a few.
Didn't count.
Never seen one.
Never seen that. That's not on here, the amount of drops.
Today you don't drop any.
Nothing about that. 252 T20 dismissals. That's a world record. 8 World Cups all up. Decent. Far out. Belinda Clark Award in 2019. 2-time ICC Women's T20 Cricketer of the Year. Steely Cup
7 from 9.
Participant and dominator as well in that. But the numbers are one thing, but feeling like you're a contributor to cricket at the top level and feeling comfortable as an international cricketer. I like asking athletes this one because sometimes the answer surprises. Some say, I never really fully felt comfortable because that's what it does to you. That's what international sport should be. It's a challenge all the time. Or did you feel comfortable straight away in Australian colours?
I did. I felt comfortable as a member of the Australian team, but I didn't feel comfortable probably for the first 8 years of my career. I was looking for where I fit in, looking for a spot. I remember standing down one end. They gave me a crack opening the batting early in my career, and I couldn't hit them off the square, and Meg made 100 off about 60 balls in that same game. And I was just like, I'm not cut out for this. Like, this young kid's come in and just doing this, and I can't even hit it off the square. But it probably wasn't until, Matthew Mott came in and after that 2017 World Cup that he gave me that role of opening the batting and backing me. And there's some sort of Bazball similarities to this. It's like, it's not going to come off all the time, but when it does come off, you're going to get us in a really good spot, as a side that we can really launch pad from. And I think that was the first time I really felt, not back because that's not fair, but I felt like I was really clear in what I wanted to achieve and a role that I'd been given. And I took real responsibility of that. And that kind of gave me that edge to go out there and execute it. Whereas I think in the past, it was sort of like I'd used to come out and, ice games or try and chase totals, whatever it might be, down through the middle order and just sort of do my job behind the stumps. So that was a real moment of clarity for me, and I feel like that was a real turning point, and I probably could have floated through my career and just done my job, and I would have been more than happy with that, being a part of successful teams. But I guess to get that opportunity and then kind of go and execute and have some real success was really cool.
I think there's two things that they left off the list here. Well, one, you're a good person all the way through, and looking from the outside, you're someone that your teammates wanted to play with, and I think that's one of the biggest compliments you can give to anyone, that your teammates want to stand side by side with you when you go into battle. And the other thing is, what I'm most proud of now, watching from the outside, is you did it your way. There's a lot of people in their career that get caught up in have to do it a certain way, but I think with your career, Heels, you did it your way, and you're content with the good and the bad that went with that.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of bad, but I still enjoyed those moments and learning. I've always loved learning and developing, and I always also just mentioned before, I've never been the most diligent of trainers, but I've worked hard when I felt like I've needed to, and, you know, learning from your mistakes and learning how to be better and to better yourself for the team, I think has been something that, I've learnt from those sort of shitty moments throughout your career. But there's been so many good ones that I've been fortunate enough, and I've got to play alongside and against, when I think about it as well, like some generational players that are going to go down as like the best we've ever seen. We say that a lot, but I've got to play with them and I got to battle hard against them, which I think is like really cool.
Well, yeah. In your debut, by the way, you scored 21 and you only had to run one of those runs because 5 of them were forced. So that gave us a little indication of what was on the way.
I was never going to hold back.
So you mentioned they're the best moments. So two in particular that I'd like to know, if you can choose one, because there's a few to choose from. Best knock, best celebration, because we're all about that on Willow Talk.
That's tricky. I think the 170 in the World Cup final was I should probably say that's my best knock. I think there's been other ones in there that have been more important. That sounds a bit bad, but probably a bit more, needed. But that was definitely my best knock. Best celebration, 2010 after the World Cup in the West Indies. I was on Kentucky tour. I was just keeping and batting at 11 or something, and Brad was there.
I was on Kentucky too.
I didn't even make it out with everyone. I went way too hard too early, but carried on the next day, and that was good fun. That was my first experience of like World Cups and Australia being successful at them, and I loved every minute of it. What now? Yeah, I'm kind of. I think that's why this decision was sat so comfortably with me, is that I'm really excited for the next chapter, and I've always felt like I've had that perspective, and I think people roll their eyes when I say it, but I've always felt like whatever was going to happen after cricket was going to be just as exciting. I've got a few things in the pipeline. I hopefully get to spend a little bit more time with you guys and work on my speaking ability.
It's nice to know we're in the future.
Yeah. But as for that, I mean, probably addressing getting to spend some time with some areas that I've kind of neglected for the last 15, 16 years of, playing elite sport and traveling so much. It's a great opportunity to sort of wind back and enjoy a little peace and quiet. I'm still deciding what social sport I'm going to take up and which part of my body is going to blow out first, but we'll wait and see. I think I'm going to jump on the tennis sport bandwagon, but we'll wait and see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy on your body.
Yeah.
2 secs.
Oh.
So, I mean, it had to. This is alcohol in this, so yeah, it's not alcohol free. Drink responsibly, everyone. So some prosecco for you and some flowers on behalf of all of us here at Willow Talk as well.
Thanks, gang.
Heels, and one more present too. For
you
your
just
golf.
pull that out of your sock.
There you go.
Yes.
From the guys at Napa Valley, I promised you all summer that I was going to hand it over. And unfortunately for you, it's a large, but I'm sure
I'll make it work.
You'll make it work.
I'll make it work.
So that'll be seen on a
everyone.
golf course.
I think the fact
soon.
that wanted to announce it with you guys has shown that this has been a really cool experience. So I'm long may it continue.
Yes, we're not retiring from this. No way in the world.
Now we're taking you off the leash. Anything could happen.
Yeah, I know.
Get ready.
No, but Hads thinks that everyone here at Listener and producer Joel and Sam, man, what a career. So good. And yeah, just starting a new one now. So pop, up we go.
Old in cricket, young in life. So let's go.
It's morning still that we're recording this, but don't let that stop you.
Sadly, I've got to go hit cricket balls after this. So yeah.
No,
we'll have to celebrate
at some point. Yeah. Absolutely. But you do have to train.
Yeah, I still got to go hit cricket balls. So the irony
Before.
of that. Yeah.
Do it your way. Oh, yeah. I saw it got a little dusty in here for a bit there, but nearly.
No, held it in.
Nearly.
Held it in.
You didn't tell me who the hardest phone call was.
Well, I didn't really tell anyone.
Mum and Dad?
Yeah, I told them. I told them a while back, actually, so that wasn't that difficult. I feel like the hardest phone call will be someone that I've forgotten to tell, and they'll ring me tomorrow and go, why didn't you tell me?
Oops.
Uncle Ian, what did he say? Because he didn't get the chance to actually retire from the Australian side. Did he? Maybe give him a call to Savo.
I'm going to let that one simmer for a bit. Yeah.
Hey,
let's go. Enough about me.
All roads lead to the Wacker early
Congratulations.
March. Congratulations.
Willow Talk will be there.
Here we go. Now let's not look forward. Let's look back at the recent history in Australian cricket. Recent jubilant history in Australian cricket. So Australia, one word from Australia's point of view, 4-1 over England.
Dominant.
Yeah, I was going to say dominant, but I'm going to go with clutch. I reckon we won the clutch moments. I don't think we dominated necessarily the whole time, but I think we won the key moments, and that led to the dominance.
So what the key moments, and you guys know it better than anyone because you have seen preparations. You've seen abilities come out when you thought, oh, wow, we really needed it at that time. What is the reason for being able to execute in big moments?
Oh, there's a number of things, but first he's recognising that moment and the importance of it. And the biggest moment that turned the whole series around for me was England after the first day were 1 for 100 in Perth. They bowled really well, aggressive, quick, and it probably shocked the Aussies a little bit, their approach.
1 for 100 ahead. Yeah.
And Boland, who had a tough first innings, 3 for none, could have been 4 for none, and all of a sudden the series turned around. You could see the momentum change. England went after the game there in an arrogant way, with no cricket nous about what was happening. He took the ball wider. England chased it, caught behind the wicket, and then Travis Head. That moment there for Trav to walk in and say, "Oh, we would put line up, or we put, I don't know, bowling up, whoever it was." No, let's take the positive approach and go after this series. And I thought it was one just there.
I think experience as well, that played a key role. And I think, we seem to showcase it in that, Steve Smith's captaining, Pat comes back in now and then. No Hoff, no Lino for most of it. But the experience that we've got around the group from a depth perspective was huge, and I think that made the massive difference. And experience doesn't just come from playing international cricket; it's playing domestic cricket, knowing your role, knowing what you can do in a side. And I think we did that a lot better than what England did for most of the series.
I look at it from the perspective of even the guys who are out of the series seemingly, under pressure. There's always someone under pressure with the Australian men's cricket team. That guys like Jake Weatherald, Cameron Green, they were still individually able to come up with huge moments. Jake Weatherald affecting the run out at the SCG, Cameron Green, an absolute peach to Harry Brook at Adelaide. Just things that, we look back on, we think of Mitch, Travis, Alex Carey as the podium for Australia. But I can't think of one of the 16 players that Australia used who didn't come up with a huge moment.
Yeah. The other big moment, and was from selectors, captain, for Como to return in Adelaide. I'm not sure he was 100% fit, but as captain, it looked like he rolled the dice and said, this is a huge moment here, that the test series can be won right here. And he rolled the dice. He was unbelievable with the ball. So was Mitch and all the partners they had in crime. He didn't play after that, so it says to me that they made really educated guess to say, okay, we need to win this. That moment there is also enormous. There's heaps of them, and we'll go through them. But that one there was he put his body on the line, and he actually put some future cricket on the line too to go after that.
One and done. Typical Pat. Just rock up. Just get Joe Root out. Just rock up as if you've been playing for the last 6 months and bowling hundreds of overs. And then go, I don't want to risk anything more. Thanks very much. We've won the Ashes.
But you've been in that. You're captain of the national team. Like that's not a little moment. Like that's like that moment. You got your medical team. You got Pat's history, and I'd imagine it would have been left down to Pat at the end because he's so experienced to say, mate, do you want to roll the dice on this?
Yeah, you'd assume so, and he would have been comfortable with that decision.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at the cricket he potentially would be missing, and that's like the T20 World Cup, and then you probably go, okay, well, how crucial is he in that side at the moment? Obviously, he will be if he's there and he's fit and he's firing. He'll be great, fantastic to have, but he hasn't played a lot of that format for Australia over the last little period, so I think they were well within their right to roll the dice. But on the back of that, how much crap did like Andrew McDonald, George Bailey, Diva cop all throughout the summer about decision-making, selections, and every single thing that they did paid off. I mean, there was a lot of chatter about no spinner in Sydney. Get it, but it worked.
Yeah.
Like everything paid off for them, and I feel like a lot of the stuff that was written about them it was like really unjustified. It may have felt like it at the time, but it's almost like we need to, as a nation, just apologise and go, look, you got it right. You made the right decisions where necessary, and ultimately won 4-1. Like, well done.
I hope that the value of the contribution by the entire squad and all of that isn't undervalued, and we'll get to England by their performance and their preparations. They're having, we talked before about reunions and reviews. Well, they're just about to have a series of reviews, I reckon, but we'll get to them in a moment. But just back to the big moments. So Mitch, for instance, most wickets since Mitch Johnson in a Ashes series since the time you guys cleaned him up 10 years ago. 7 out of 10 times in his opening spell, he took a wicket. Yep. So immediately that batting lineup is always or predominantly always on the back foot. It's, incredible.
Well, the other thing, they never played their strongest team.
Yeah.
Not once. Which you win an Ashes campaign with the squad you have. And that's an easy thing to throw away. Yeah, you need a squad of players. But a squad of players doesn't happen without a lot of planning 2-3 years out. Like even Jai Richardson to play Boxing Day. But just think back when he had surgery. Like talking to Jai and listening to some of his interviews, he could have went about last season and just sort of rolled through and played and got through for WA. But that might have cost him then with selection in the Ashes. And that's a big decision there, to send a young kid for surgery on his shoulder with the hindsight to have him ready for an Ashes test. Like, that's planning. That's planning for a big series.
They told him, I'm led to believe, they told him 4 or 5 months before, get ready, you'll be in the squad for Adelaide, which he didn't play because Pat came up and they didn't actually need him in the matchups, but they needed him the test after. That's not an accident. One thing I do want to touch on though is spin bowling. I mean, where's it at? There's a few at the SCG walking around with frowns on their faces saying, this is the death of spin bowling in Australia. They obviously didn't trust Todd Murphy enough to get past Bo Webster to play in that test match. Again, it paid off because Bo aimed up, especially when he started bowling spin. Where's it at?
Yeah, it's still there. I just think potentially Australia are going to have to take a punt. And I think back of they took a punt on Nathan Lyon a very long time ago about potentially what he was going to be. They rolled the dice a little bit, but they're going to need to do that at some point in time. And I think there's opportunities coming up where spin bowlers will get a crack in this Australian side. But I guess when you weigh up how big are those, the series, and every test match counts at the moment with World Test Championship points and that, it makes it really challenging to then take a punt on someone when you need the win. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, we need to find the depth there because we're going to play in conditions that are going to be spin friendly, and we need to have options. So Yeah, I understand the grumpiness around it because we all would have loved to see one in Sydney, but we've just got to be in a place where we can trust who we're picking, I guess, and that's what it looks like from an outsider's perspective. I don't know what goes on inside.
I don't think the art's gone. I think the selection in Sydney was based around the Aussies wanting to bat big once.
Yep.
And if they bat big in the first innings, and then England, with everything they've said and how the series has panned out, we've won in Melbourne, we can come back and win 3-2. You've won 500-run score away from not losing that test, and then you can drive it for there. I don't think the decision to not play a spinner was right. But I understand it, but I still think there should have been a spinner played. But the reason it wasn't was because of how they wanted to play that game. The surface showed a spinner should have played. The Aussies haven't got it wrong with their selection. It was just where the series was at, how they thought the game was going to plan out. And they planned for that. They planned for how this game was going to pan out. That's why Bo Webster came in, to give you that option, that height. You had Travis Head, who has got a golden arm, but Webster came in just in case they needed. But they put more focus on wanting to bat big once.
You obviously both watching a lot of Big Bash at the moment. Lloyd Pope is playing really well for Adelaide Strikers, even though he copped some tap on Sunday night. Everyone did against a rampant Perth Scorchers. But does he come into calculations? I'm just looking ahead to 12 months' time. Kuhneman they like on the subcontinent, obviously. Todd Murphy's going to have a role to play as well. Nathan will still be around. Is that the four that we're looking at? Roccaccioli from out west as well?
Oh, there's spinners around. Just because they didn't play spinner in the last test doesn't mean all of a sudden the spinners are gone. Pope's done well. You've still got Tanvi Sanger, who's been, I don't know, in World Cup squads, definitely around the squad. So there's spinners there. It's not like, okay, we're not going to play spinners anymore. Murphy's a good bowler.
Yeah,
Murphy's a very, very good bowler. He's only young in his craft. He's got 10 years left. You've got Roccaccioli. Also, even take Murphy, for example. Last year, he got exposed in the Australian stuff. He bowled really well in India. Came back and didn't bowl that well last season. This year, he's back. So he's learning his craft. So spin bowling's not dead in the country.
You've also got, think about the group underneath them, even someone like Joel Davies, who's finally getting an opportunity to play, at the top of the domestic game in Big Bash. But he'll probably play a role for New South Wales at some point with red ball. So they need to be playing shield cricket to really get a good gauge of how they're going. And not always are the wickets that conducive to spin, but that's where you kind of learn your craft a little bit and we find out more about them.
You're easing into this media career already. You're plucking a New South Wales player out from nowhere for a higher honours. That's the way it happens. Absolutely. Greg Chappell, who wrote some great articles over the course of the summer, absolutely impaled England in one of them. It was
fair enough.
Great. It was almost a comedy. It was. I was laughing that much. But no, he made the point that how it is time for regeneration. Now, I'm not a big fan of regeneration for the sake of regeneration in national teams because that's not what they're there for. You look at how we won the Ashes. We won that Ashes with battle-hardened cricketers who knew their game inside out against cricketers who didn't know their game inside out or acted confused. How do you regenerate the Australian cricket team? Just by weight of performance at the lower level?
Yeah, and that squad mentality. I mean, so Uzi's obviously retired. He's stepping out. Who comes in? Well, Ingo's been doing that job in and around there, but you've also now got Bo, pop his head back up again. You've got Cameron Green, who probably needs to find a place in that batting lineup to settle. And then probably, you look at, Travis Head's now set at the top, so then there's an opportunity, is Weatherald our guy moving forward? If he's not, then we have a look somewhere else. That's how you regenerate. You just give opportunities where they're justified, I think. It's not about wholesale change, but it's just creating opportunities at certain points in time. And, we've got a top-end series against Bangladesh coming up. And then I think New Zealand at home throughout the summer, South Africa. So there's going to be ample opportunities, not just for the batters, but also for the bowlers as well. I know they'll want to be a part of every single opportunity, but there's lots of opportunities coming up where we can see and test the depth that we've got, and that's how you use it.
The other thing about change is what I really like is now at Shield cricket. There's young opening batsmen, and they'll talk about Kellaway, Peake, Lockie Shaw, whoever they're talking about. So you go to Shield cricket now. If you get 300s, you will be in the next Australian squad. There's opportunity there now. So when you're looking at change, it naturally happens. There's been players to come in and out of the system, like Cooper Connolly's been given a taste. He's been given more responsibility now up the order for Perth Scorchers and Perth because of he's been identified. But the Shield cricket now will mean something. And then you sort of see, okay, you want opportunity. There it is. Go out and score runs and you will play. Renshaw might come back. Like he now might go, okay, there's an opportunity to get picked. If I continue my form, get a couple of hundreds, there's a big chance I'll be in that squad. A few years ago, they spoke about Cameron Bancroft opening for Australia. Then all of a sudden, he didn't handle the pressure of the 5 Shield games and someone overtook him. So there's spots there to take now, which is great.
England.
Oh, here we go. This will be short.
Give us a word to describe their tour.
Delusional.
Took the word right out of your mouth.
Words either humorous.
I'm going to say chaotic, but there was a sense of calm amongst the chaos, which was odd, and that's where I think it's delusional.
Yeah. So delusional on face value, I'm guessing you're saying, but then you look back what came out after the test, which was going back a couple of weeks before they got here, and Harry Brook getting hammered one night before captaining his country in a white ball game. And then they kept it quiet and apparently, gave him a stern talking to and punishment and all of that.
It wasn't kept quiet. But everyone knew about it.
But played every game.
Yeah.
So, how does that kind of manifest? What does that tell you about the tour that they had?
Well, no, but I find it now makes a little bit more sense as to what happened in New Zealand, but then it also screams like this delusional sense to me because they got absolutely trounced in New Zealand in that white ball series and they wiped that off and said, any cricket is great cricket, like great preparation for that series, and it's obviously separate, but then their batters were out, playing cricket even though they were getting smacked. So then you look at that, they've kind of just approached that series leading in as a bit of a piss take, but then have said it's important at the same time, which then doesn't make sense. Then they go and prepare in WA like they wanted to, so they got the preparation that they wanted and said that they're ready to go. I think they proved on day one that they were ready to go, then couldn't maintain that, and then do what they did in Noosa. Fine, I never had a problem with that, still don't really. What do you expect players to do when you got 10 days off?
Yeah, I don't.
You're probably going to go do that somewhere anyway. But it just, everything was just really delusional and then didn't match up with what they were saying. Like stuff was important, but then they were showing that it wasn't at the same time, and then stuff wasn't important and then they were prioritizing other things. So I don't know, it just screamed a real lack of smart leadership the whole way along. And yeah, it was just never going to end well on the field, I think, with that going on behind the scenes.
Well, I'm going to plant their preparation off the field. I'm going to plant Harry Brook, what happened in New Zealand and Noosa all to one side. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned on their training habits before the game because I don't know them.
Yeah.
The simple fact, I can make a judgment on them. I'm going to talk about on the field, and I think they lacked tactical nous.
In what way?
Well, they're planning that the only plan they had was to try to bowl at Australia's head.
Yeah. And
when that didn't work, I'll give Ben Stokes the ball to bowl him 9 overs straight, and you're sitting and watching going, he's about to break down.
Yeah.
He's about to break down. So the tactical nous of understanding a test match, I was shocked. Like take Adelaide, where the assistant coach came out and said, what did he say? He said, I'm not sure why Ben didn't bowl.
Marcus Trescothic or
no, that was a different one.
No, he was,
Patel.
He was tired.
He said he was tired, and you went, well, hang on a minute. The Ashes is on the line, everyone. Like all your planning and all what you've said, and goes to your point, Heels, about what they were talking about. Here it is, right? Like it's right there.
Yeah.
That planning for 4 years is in 2 hours here. The reason you did it.
But
he's tight.
But that planning, right? So, and that tactical nous. So if you haven't got it, or you're not adapting on the fly, or surely you know that as a leader, and this isn't just on Stokes, this is on Brendan, this is on Rob Key, this is on everyone as well. If that's not your strong suit, even I know this basic amount of leadership.
Yeah.
If that's not your strong suit, you bring someone in that will help you in that regard. They don't have an analyst. Brendan McCullum doesn't believe in that stuff. So they don't have an analyst. They don't have a fielding coach. So they're two things that are like out the door. They don't want anything to do with. My God, they would have loved an analyst after the first test match and go, oh, Bryden Cass is averaging 80 with the new ball. But hey, we'll keep opening with him. Josh Tung's got Steve Smith out more times than anybody else. Hey, but we won't give him first crack at it. That's the stuff that the Aussies got right.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes walks out to bat, Mitch is bowling. Every single matchup, Joe Root comes out to bat, Pat Cummins was on, or Scotty Boland was on to challenge different times. And that's information is coming from people, not just the coaching staff, but the analysts who do a lot of work behind the scenes to give them that information. So I find that all baffling.
Yeah. But that's what I don't understand. Like if you don't have analysts, that's fine. But what are you talking about
Correct.
in your meeting?
Yeah.
Like
Do they have them?
We can't judge that, whether they have them or they don't have them.
Yep.
All we can judge on is what you see. Like, and then even Trescothick, when he came out and said, we haven't spoke about driving on the up. And I've spoken to you about this. You're thinking, no, what's the next line? Like, I'm on candid camera.
We haven't spoken about doing it, but we haven't spoken about not doing it either. Yeah.
and like, that's one thing, like the two venues. So we can't judge what they do behind closed doors because we actually don't know.
No.
It might be an execution problem, but when they make comments like that, you just think, you're not understanding Test cricket.
Yep.
And then you fast forward to the last Test match and Jacob Bethel comes out.
They got it. They got so much right.
He looked like he'd been there for 50 tests.
Well,
They got so much right way too late.
Yeah.
So surely that's part of your review process. And you go, why do we leave that so long?
Well, here's another one with that. So Pope, for example, there was talk about he was under pressure. They've taken the captaincy, vice captaincy off him. So straight away, it's a flag to say, oh, hang on a minute, he's under pressure here because they've taken, like, they don't want him in a leadership role. So isn't it the brave and tough call and what everything you stand for? Play Bethel in the first test.
Well, the thing that happened was that, so Bethel was at the IPL and that saved Ollie Pope because Bethel couldn't come back early from the IPL. He was playing for RCB. So Ollie Pope got the first nod for the test summer over there and did okay against India.
He turned up.
So that
But
kept him in that
call,
role.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like to say, well, you could go the other way. He's over at the IPL learning from the best players in the world batting. So he actually might have had a better prep.
Yeah.
On that, though, they got to Lilac Hill. Who top scored at Lilac Hill? Who scored more runs than anyone else? Ollie Pope.
Yeah.
So then they're driven into that situation.
I don't know anymore. I mean, we can go
that's-
on this for an hour and a half, and I don't know. But
I know.
I genuinely,
I get what you're saying.
I just genuinely hope, as like an elite athlete, that they sit back, reflect on this properly, and come up with a really sensible plan moving forward. I don't think that's going to happen, but I really hope that they do.
I mean, just a bit of balance. I get that they're a vibes team, and that vibes are important, especially when you're coming from all ports. And,
Vibes are not important when you're not winning.
Well, I was just about to get to that. Until the 2023 Ashes, Brendan McCullum's era had 13 wins to it, 4 losses and 1 draw. Since the 2023 Ashes, 13 wins, 14 losses, 1 draw.
Yeah.
Something's got to tweak, if not change totally. We're led to believe that McCullum keeps his job. They've got a T20 World Cup, which, given their cricketers, they could turn around and win.
Yeah. I don't think Brendan should go. I think there's good things of what he's bringing to England cricket, but they do need to tinker it and have some really honest conversations with where it all balances up to what you said, like realistically what's happening, like what's coming out of your mouth here to what's happening. There's good things that he's brought to that team.
Yeah.
And as a whole, England cricket needs to find a way to kind of trust its system a bit more. I'm looking at it from the outside. You look at India, they obviously trust their system. We trust our system to the hilt. Look at the 16 players that we chose for this Ashes series, and all of them came out of the battle-hardened areas of Sheffield Shield cricket, county cricket seems like almost an afterthought when it comes to England selection.
It's
which
so
is just
far away
weird.
from and when the people in charge are even saying that as well. Like I've heard them make comments about county cricket and how that's not in their calculations. That's
the same
trouble
here,
to
though.
me.
That's the same here.
We're still picking guys in form.
Yeah, but they're not picking guys in form. Our players might be better, but we prioritise now A tours.
They got England Lions. They travel the world a lot.
Yeah. We it's not all about for us. Also now, state cricket.
But the problem is, at their England Lions tour, I'm sure the Australia A guys are getting a good education with a guy like Tim Payne and the support staff there. I spoke to Graham Swan, who was with the England Lions, for instance, in Brisbane, and he said their first innings in Brisbane in that tour match that they played at the same time as the Gabba Test, he said they were playing some ridiculous shots, getting out ridiculous ways. And Swanee was saying that he was talking to these guys. It's like, oh, what was that? I said, oh, well, I was just playing what I saw. I'll go about it my way type thing. That's the attitude that is infused inside.
How good's that?
Well, not if it's misguided.
No. There's got to be some sort of learning. Like, okay, they get rolled. Oh, I just played what I was seeing. Well, what were you seeing? What were you thinking at that time?
But they weren't. That was what Swanee was saying. They weren't thinking. But Bethel then learned in the second innings.
I'm coming to.
Okay.
What do the coaches say? He's the coach.
Yeah.
It's easy to say to them, oh, they're not learning. No. That's why you're on the Lions tour, to have those moments. Get rolled for 25. I actually don't care on a Lions tour. And Payne's doing a good job with our guys because he's having those conversations. What were you thinking there? Oh, just playing what was in front of me. That's actually a really good way to think about the game. But what was in front of you? And then get them talking, and then you come up with a plan, your coaching moment, to get them better so they're ready. You don't get guys in the Lions or the A Tour ready to walk into Test cricket. There's a lot of work that has to go in. And that's my point with what's happening. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So I don't have a problem with them getting rolled. I don't have a problem if they get smashed every time. If you bring two players out of that, and Bethel came out of that, and seeing what he did. So was that Lions tour a success? Bethel came out of it understanding what he needs to do once he got to the big moment. I don't know, but that's why you have those tours.
James Anderson says England are better placed for the 2027 Ashes than Australia.
Well, there was an element of that where I understand where he's coming from, in that when you look at the age of our side, but then I don't think you can write off our side just because of the age of them. You know what I mean? So, but once again, I think that falls on Hads's point just now. If they genuinely learn from what they did on this tour, I think they'll be in such a better place come the 27 Ashes. But from Australia's point of view, they'll just keep chugging along and doing what they do best.
I don't think that's a good statement. I don't think they are at all.
Things could just implode at some point as well. That's the nature of seemingly that dressing room and how they've created this vibes environment, and everyone gets along, everyone does this and that. But from what I've overheard, there are some factions within that change room, and some guys are willing to do things and others aren't. And I think at some point in time that will implode. Yeah. And it's just a matter of time.
So let's come back to this conversation in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 3 weeks. Let's just see where they land on their review.
Could they have done with James Anderson to do a pat and play one test?
No.
Here?
No.
Too old?
No. I mean, he's great at the game.
Well, they probably needed someone like him opening the bowling, don't get me wrong, and I didn't mean to brush that, but no.
Let's get to our Ashes awards. There's one thing this Ashes that everyone can agree on. It's Macca's in the lunch break this summer. And this is our favourite forgotten moment of the Ashes, thanks to Macca's. We've got a series of them right here. And we'll go first up, favourite forgotten moment.
Well, we both had the same one. Should we say it at the same time?
You go. I'll pick another.
Scotty Boland in Perth. 3 for 11, I think it was.
Bowling on six stump and just enticing England to play the way that they wanted to play when maybe the moment might have dictated otherwise, Bradley.
Well, we look back at that and go, Travis Head, how good was he? But Scotty Boland, under the radar.
Mate, the forgotten moment is we've seen the end result of Carey keeping up to the stumps to medium pace, but there's a lot of planning that goes into that. We haven't seen that as big a volume ever in Test cricket. You normally see it to go, the ball's keeping low, keep them in their stump to get LB. But he did it to change the way England played and their field placings, like deep extra cover straight away to Harry Brook, how influential he was with that decision.
I'll go differently.
Uh-oh.
Josh Inglis run out. Wicketkeepers aren't meant to be able to do that.
That's a very good one. That was the first English dismissal of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Ben Stokes, don't run on that arm, pal.
No.
Very, very
Good old
good.
wikis.
The player who surprised you.
Well, I actually said Alex Carey, but he didn't surprise me. But I was surprised how influential he was at the start of the series. Well, right the way through, but at the beginning that surprised me because normally your wiki just does their job and good blokes 11, but he was crucial.
I've actually gone the same way for the very reason, doing all that, standing up to the stumps, which you guys think is just par for the course.
It's exhausting, like his mental strength, but his physical resilience in that regard was top level.
That's
Bashir.
He surprised you.
That he didn't play?
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he'd been in all, like we talk about the stats of their wins, he'd been in all of them.
Not here. Didn't get a chance. Best pitch?
MCG, get to go home early. Got 3 days of golf in.
Shout out to Matty Page. There was. He became, everyone became a horticulturalist.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let him go. He actually tried to create something exciting and he, geez, did he what?
It worked.
Yep.
I enjoyed that Test match.
So did I.
It was entertaining. Is it Test cricket how we see it? You like it to go at least into day 4, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was exhausted more after that Test match than any of the others because you had to keep on top of what was going on.
What about how the whole country became experts about how high the grass should be on a pit? There's never been that much focus on horticulture since they found all those marijuana plantations in the northeast of New South Wales about 20 years ago.
Well, I think there was a stat that came out that the ball actually did less on that wicket than when Australia played Pakistan a few years ago. And that was like 380 plays 280 and there was runs galore. So there could have been a little bit of reflection on how we played as well.
My best pitch, Lilac Hill.
You shit stirrer.
What do you mean?
It is a really nice batting wicket.
Doesn't go above your knees. Everyone got out pulling in front of the wicket, driving on the out beautifully. Best pitch of the summer.
Yeah, fair.
I'll go Adelaide because
Boring.
it produced a very good Test match.
Yep.
Favourite Mitch Starc dismissal? I will go the Corton Bowl in Perth.
Oh, yeah, fair. Forgot about that one. Took so many.
Yeah.
31 to choose from here.
Well, I'll go before Hills because she's going to go through all the wickets. Zach Crawley, first over.
Yeah, nice. No, I went Stokes in Adelaide, back through the gate.
Yes.
Crucial period of time. Mitch looked grumpy. He was hot. He was tired. Set him up beautifully.
How many times did he do that? He hit his stumps 4 times, did he?
Yeah,
Around that.
a lot.
He had his number. Yeah, and then he just goes to Trav 2 days after the Test. Yeah, I saw your big putt in Adelaide when you were over the limit. Hopefully you got an Uber there and an Uber home. However...
He did go straight from the airport from all reports. But
Mitch decides to go and play golf on the hottest day in the history of Sydney.
I've never been so hot in my life.
Gets up to the top there at Long Reef, a little, what was it, a gap wedge? 2 bounce in.
Did he had to shout the bar?
No, he doesn't shout. But
The club puts it on for
the club
an
was
hour.
empty because everyone was so hot they'd all gone home. So we did it justice, don't worry.
Mitch would have.
Get this message. Mitch just got a hole in one. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I
didn't believe it. I actually didn't believe it when I got the message because I was more surprised that he was on the course.
It was ridiculous.
Well, I'd like to say that, so they stole my video, right, everywhere. The media, apparently they're entitled to everything you put on Instagram. Who would have thought? Anyway, but they cut out the best bit because I was like filming. And I said, in the words of Adam Gilchrist, let's go get pissed. And they cut that out at the end of it. And I was like, well, letting you know that we did.
But you didn't actually see it go in, did you?
No, I was dying on my back trying to get water in because it was so hot. I've never been that hot in my life. I made par that hole, everyone.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, thank you. Just like my birdie putt short.
Who cares?
Carry on.
Wait, before we go, if we go back to that forgotten moment, I've got one.
Okay, Hads, favourite forgotten moment?
Was he hurting his back?
Yeah.
got
Ooh.
Travis Head to open.
Well, I don't think it was a favourite. Oh no. Sorry.
Not that Aussie hurt his back.
Dyslexic and put forgotten favourite moment, but it's favourite forgotten moment. Yeah, everyone did forget that.
Yeah, like Aussie hurt his back, which no one wants to see. But we also found, after 2 years, David Warner's replacement.
Yep.
He stays there now.
Stays wherever he wants,
Yeah.
but opens look like that's his home.
Interesting thing about that first in our batting order in the first test, in the first innings of the first test, to the last innings in Sydney, same 7 batters in the top 7, everyone in a different position.
Hybrid model, I love it.
Incredible. That's one for the statos.
Snuff.
They've all just absolutely fainted
Yep.
at that. Speaking of which, Travis Head, up to the top of the order. His best knock?
Perth.
Yeah, can't go past Perth.
Yeah, he just took the piss in Adelaide, but Perth was just next level. That
Adelaide
one he came down and basically clubbed over a straight mid on, a wide mid on for 6. I was just like, he's on now and he wants to get this over and done with.
I've gone Perth as well. The best moment, though, that he produced was in Adelaide when he was on 99 for about 20 minutes or something. And then he finally got there, 50,000 at Adelaide Oval, went Burko. He walks off with his mate Alex Carey. That's the stuff of dreams for
cool.
2 Adelaide boys. Absolutely. Catch of the summer?
Alex Carey up to the stumps, I think, in Brisbane.
Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes.
That was a big moment in the game. I went Marnus in Adelaide. Context of the game, I liked Steve Smith's, but I thought Marnus was closer, and that was a hanger at second slip.
I've gone Steve Smith. I was lucky enough to be sitting behind where they were at ground level.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys see the ball like that. Like, seriously.
We don't. We're up to the stumps.
I mean,
Leave it.
and Alex Carey was up to the stumps, so it's missed Alex Carey's glove by about half a foot, and Steve Smith's just gone whoosh, stuck the paw out.
Actually, you know that I was going to say Marnus, and his best non-catch of the summer had to be at the Gabba where Alex Carey caught it.
Oh, yeah.
That running back catch where Marnus tried to bump him out of the way and still got his hands on it. But yeah, that's Marnus' best non-catch of the summer as well.
And in true Marnus fashion, it just immediately becomes a meme.
Just gave him a cuddle.
Best co-commentator you work with?
Tubby. Tubby's always good fun.
What brilliant captaincy that man shows in all aspects of his life.
He's definitely the captain of the Triple M commentary
He
team.
just organises, doesn't he? It's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. If there's a place to be and to get to and go to and then order and then sort everything out, he's just leading from the front. What a guy.
Yeah, he's great value. It seems like he's really enjoying himself in the radio space as well, so he should.
Are you going to join us?
We'll wait and see.
Not enough zeros.
Kerry O'Keefe.
The skull.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a bit of banter over the series, but what did get missed at the end of the series was us two having a little cuddle. So at the end of the day's play, we'd wrapped. Gilly was next to us, and the commentary cam, Kerry and I had a little cuddle at the end. Enjoyed our time together.
What happened when he didn't hit the sneaky?
That was so funny. I dribbled everywhere, evidently, as everyone now sees on social media. No, he tried to. He had to sneeze, and it came out before he could get the
passed
button.
wind.
So you got to, for everyone out there, the sneaky is when you need to cough or pass wind or do something that's going to come across the microphone. You hit the button and it mutes
Turns you
you
off.
totally.
I mean, you can still hear it in my
Missed it.
microphone next to me, but
Another co-commentator that didn't get enough credit, and this is a bit left field, Marnus.
yeah.
Like, what you hear in the stump mic is wow.
Yeah.
Strangest Steve Smith moment?
Oh man, too many. I said when he left the delivery and rolled on his back. But I tell you what, that delivery was on point.
Yeah.
It almost filled him in, but he ended up on his backside. And on the cleanest outfield in Australia in the SCG at the moment, he was covered in dirt. So for the rest of his batting innings. So, geez, he toiled hard for that 100.
Yeah.
How animated he was in Sydney. And having played with him for a long time, when he was in Steve Smith mode, the bowlers didn't know what to do. They wanted to say something to him, but it's looked like in their meetings they've said, just leave Steve Smith. But he'd got in his own bubble. And I think if you played back to him, this is what you look like, he'd be shocked. But 100%.
I tell you what I did forget. when he champed Jofra Archer.
Well, I was just about to say,
yeah.
strangest for me is, and
That's
this
best.
might not be
That's
strange
best.
for Steve, but sledging a guy who's bowling at 150 clicks. I don't care if the game's not on the line anymore.
No fear.
But
Nah.
No fear. When the short side's behind you and he's going to bowl at your head.
Yeah.
See you later.
Favourite forgotten moment. We can go back to that
Yeah.
again.
Champ.
Yep, champ.
Champ incident.
this one's in here, but it wasn't my doing. Best Peacock on tour moment.
Oh, every day at the buffet in the media box, there's Adam. What were you doing today, Adam? Just lurking?
Just lurking. I
Well-
got my steps up. That was the beautiful thing.
All you ever ask from your athletes is improvement.
Yeah.
And that can be small, big. And we had to have some honest conversations from a leadership group at Triple M about Adam on tour
Yeah.
and his improvement by the end. So what England didn't do, they didn't learn.
Yeah.
Adam, by the end of it, understood and he learned
Nice.
what it was like to be on
Look at
tour.
you're an elite athlete with accountability.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you how it started.
God, here we go.
Heels. Yeah.
This podcast is going to go for 95 minutes.
Well,
Yeah, it's fine.
It actually, I know we had a tear in the eye when you retired, but this put a tear in my eye for another reason. I said, mate, come and introduce yourself to everyone downstairs. We'll have a beer, Coke, or whatever you like. Beefy's there, Tubby's there, some greats of the game. He goes, I've got to go roll my back and hop in
here
the
we go.
steam.
He's found that. He's found the aisle where the mayo's in again. Yeah.
Does he know he's not on TV? He's in radio. Yeah, okay.
So I had to spend an hour and a half in a selection meeting, not sending him home, but we got improvement.
What do you mean? In Perth, we went home 2 days later anyway.
Well, you nearly went the day before. I've saved you.
Oh.
That's something we can't talk about.
We got to
in
Adelaide, and you want to tell the story of the 10 vodka sodas in the hotel lobby that night?
No.
No,
No. Someone had to be on TV the next day, so we didn't invite.
correct.
Sorry. Quick break. Drinks break. Drink wise, everyone. Drinks break on Willow Talk. Back in a sec with our predictions, results, and Secret Cricket Club questions. Mates coming over to watch the cricket and you forgot the drinks? Liquorland will bring the drinks with free express delivery on orders over $99, and it will be there in under 60 minutes. Whether it's a backyard barbie, a picnic in the park, or just everyone round at yours to watch the cricket, Liquorland's got you covered this summer. Liquorland, official gold partner of Cricket Australia. 18s plus only. T's and C's apply. Express delivery not available in South Australia or the Northern Territory. Delivery fees may apply. Choose to drink wise. Bumper episode of Willow Talk continues right now. Predictions. Okay, most runs. Everyone said Steve Smith on top. He didn't get in the top three. It was Travis Head, followed by Joe Root, followed by Harry Brook. Had's had Joe Root in there. Heels, you had Travis Head and Harry Brook in there. So you win
I've
that
got
one.
two. Great work.
Well done. Most wickets, Mitch Stark, Bryden Cass, Scott Boland. Heels, you take out that one because you correctly predicted Mr. Healy would take the most wickets.
Well, Had's got Stark as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but second.
No, I didn't put him in any order.
No. You put him in order. You put
Feathers,
Nathan
you get a
top.
vote for Scott Boland too.
Hey.
Yeah, not one for Josh Hazelwood.
No one got Cass.
I got Nathan Lyon in there.
At least he played a game.
Come on, Stokesy, lift.
Story of the series. So Hads, Camo dominates on return. Yes. Jake Weatherall's fairy tale debut.
Yes.
He was
went
okay
alright,
in the
yeah.
second
Yeah,
innings.
he went
Yeah.
alright.
70 opening partnership. Tick.
Heels, Weatherall's summer out.
I
Whatever
don't know
that
what that
means.
means. You've put that.
I didn't type this.
I think he had a great summer out.
Yep.
So-
How good are Australia's depth stocks?
Oh, surely
Bang
that's the
on.
winner.
Australia comeback, I said. Lose one of the first two of the first three, and win. Completely wrong.
Wrong.
Did not
We
realise
can
that
split the
England
points.
were on a vibes tour. Anyway,
Split the points, Hads, on that one.
English villain. Ben Stokes, Harry Brook, we said.
Done. Ben
Yep.
Stokes, easy.
No,
Harry
he
Brook.
wasn't. Jofra. Surely Jofra.
He wasn't
Up
even
for
here.
discussion.
Yeah, I'll say I won that.
He got called a champion by the Australian captain.
I don't think he was the English villain when he didn't
Nah.
play every game.
Yeah.
He had a target on him.
Yeah, well, didn't make it, did he?
Stokes.
Route to score 100 in Australia. Hads, no. Heels, yep. Perth. Adam, yes. Adelaide. We got the venues wrong.
Where did you
Brisbane
get
and
it?
Sydney.
Gabba. Yeah.
Gabba and Sydney
Everyone wrong then.
in 2 losses.
I'm in
Sorry.
front 2-1.
Does Cummins play? Yes, not so sure. I said you both got that one right. Congratulations. Venue, day and session, Ashes will be won. This is remarkable.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Healy, Adelaide, day 5. Didn't say a session though, so it doesn't really count. Had said the 4th test. I said day 4, 5th test. Wrong. Ashes score, Australia 3-1. Australia 3-1 for both you two. Both wrong. 4-1, of course. I said 3-2.
Yeah, but we were all banking on rain in Sydney.
Yeah.
It was the most glorious week we've ever
I know.
seen.
Just hosed down for the Big Bash
Yeah.
a couple of days later.
I reckon we
So-
did pretty well, Hads.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
You
3
guys did
each.
pretty well. That's why you're experts and that's why I'm not. Secret Cricket Club questions. Thank you for all of these. And the Secret Cricket Club has been brilliant over summer, giving
Has
us
been.
some fantastic questions
You got some
after play.
interesting insights as well. Like watermelon holding. I'm not part of the
How
Secret
did you
Club, so
end
I don't
up with
get
a
it.
watermelon? I wasn't there that day.
Were you not on the chat?
No, you
I don't
weren't. You
listen
were
to
off doing
this.
Big Bash.
Anyway, it was a huge one, and it got dropped
Yeah.
shortly after. It was quite funny.
My stepbrother who had had a day in the members, as you alluded, you took me into the members bar and said this is where it all happens, where I reckon he was in there for about 8 hours. So he comes out and they had these watermelon cruises that they were making, like vodka watermelons, and they were cutting the watermelon and then handing it to you in there. He decided in his infinite wisdom at the end of play to just pick one up and walk out with it. And I don't know how he got it out, but he said to the guy, security guard at the gate, he said, I won it. And he went, on you go, son. Yeah, good luck. So he took it out. He had this massive watermelon. He lives on the Central Coast.
You've
an hour
also
and a half
just
away.
outed your stepbrother as a thief because
That's
he
fine.
stole it.
That's
And his address is?
So he goes out and he goes all happy and he saw Heels and he said, oh, can you sign with a watermelon? And then off he trots. He said, I'm going out to continue the celebrations. And he dropped it.
Dropped it then and there.
He dropped it. It was like Bride and Cast at the Gabba, that catch it cover. It was one of them. Anyway, Secret Cricket Club. What was your favourite random moment of the Ashes, we asked? Cash said Stark scoring 77 and your jersey being 77.
Yeah, random.
Very random. Juan said, bowl fast when there's nothing going on. Champion.
Yeah, that wasn't random. That was great.
I like that.
But that was that's a favourite moment. Yeah.
Will said shampoo and conditioner, Gary.
Yeah.
Marnus at Adelaide. Just fill us in on that one again.
I don't know.
I didn't hear
I
that.
don't have the answer to that. Nobody does.
Shampoo and conditioner, filthy, because they were calling him filthy in Adelaide
'Cause he was
after he
filthy.
said he was filthy
But
after
the shampoo
Brisbane.
and conditioner is clearly a crack at him with no hair. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That was Marnus at his most chattable, wasn't it? He was so vocal
The
that
whole
test match.
summer.
He had a lolly beforehand.
Rani said, Mitch coming off the field to interrupt the Swans player on Channel 7 saying, go the Giants.
I've actually spoken to him about this, and he said he didn't know what came over him at that moment in time. He just like had to go and do it. And I was like, it's very out of character
Yeah,
for him.
it
He's
was
normally
out of
very
character.
professional, and he's switched on. And he's like, I don't know what came over me. And I was like, "Pfft, at least show some personality. It was great. Oh, here I was going an episode without sledging him. Oh, no.
That's a good start to retirement.
Oh, yes. Mitch, good luck. She's home 24/7 now.
So that's a portent of things to come. Healy will just start sledging everyone.
Mitch.
Are you really going to leave that there?
Sean said, Broady's commentary box facial expressions.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
poor
like
fella, I
that.
felt sorry for
Yeah.
him.
He was good, Brody.
Really?
No, I did
He
feel
was,
sorry for him.
he was good. He was good. Started the summer well in this studio and then...
Told you, everyone would turn out so they'd really enjoy him.
Yes, absolutely. DK said the footy siren going off at the SCG.
That was funny. And Trav going half time. Yeah.
Went off. Didn't you hear that?
Nope.
What? Look, were you paying attention? No.
He was in the toilet.
Anyway, JP said Trav holding up 2 bats walking off the SCG.
Yeah, that was gold too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ishan said Bumble's whole summer and sit down jobs. That's so random.
No, I know what that's about. That's about his moment he had in the cubicle
Oh, yeah.
at number 2.
With Maureen. Is that you, Maureen? Go on the Triple M Instagram page to find out what he said.
I think Maureen's a friend of producer Joel.
It even had Dan Ganane lost for words, that one. So that's
Yep.
where that story went. And Josh said, and I had to look back at this one, Brendan Doggett stacking it when Josh Inglis did his amazing run out.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yep.
It's
Find
hilarious.
that.
It's actually quite funny because Brendan Doggett did the right thing. He bolted to that end
Yeah.
to go and like maybe get over the stumps in case the ball missed. And he just got a little uncoordinated as he was trying to twist the body and ended up face planting away from where the stumps were. But hey, he's putting his body on the line to affect something in the game. So, and to finish, James said when Skull tried to sneeze, missed the mute button, caused Heels to laugh so hard she was dribbling.
Yeah, that was cool. That's not been sent to me 1,600 times, so keep sending it through. Yeah.
Do you find that you get a lot of more feedback as a commentator than as a player on social media?
No, I'm not really on it, so probably not. But I've got more face-to-face feedback, but that's fine. That's not my finest moment on camera, I will say that. But, I think it was funny enough to justify the dribble.
Sundries, quick spin through. This has been a marathon. Yeah, over an hour. Anyway, it's been good. India defeated New Zealand in one day yesterday in India. It's first game of their series, chasing down New Zealand's 300 with an over to spare. Virat Kohli, man of the match. 99. Great score, isn't it, Heels?
Yeah.
She will fix that.
Didn't he get 94?
94?
I thought he got 94.
Anyway, Kohli just passed.
Better story with 99.
Sorry.
I'll run with it.
Sure, he got 94.
Either way, he just passed 28,000 runs, and Sachin scored a whopping 34,357.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shit whiz. I didn't pay that much for my first house.
Back in 1960.
I'll tell you one thing after seeing it, you won't sell it for that. If you sell it. Let me check that score, actually. Big Bash, by the way, while I'm having a look.
Yeah.
The Australian internationals, as Had's mentioned at the top, so good to see him back. Mitch Marsh was in brutal form, 88, as the Perth Scorchers got over the Strikers. Good return for Alex Carey. They motored at the start, the Strikers, didn't they? Him and Matt Short, but they just couldn't keep it going. The use, and you've mentioned it, the use of the surge, like it's just mixed it up. It's great now. You get 3 foot down moments, and Perth Scorchers were way too good in that regard.
Yeah, it was always tough work, and Perth Scorchers have worked it out that they couldn't defend 250, so they got better. But Carey was good. Whew,
Yeah.
very good.
Exactly. By the way, Virat Kohli, 93.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
Both wrong. So there you go. It's okay to be wrong. And unfortunately, the rain spoilt the fact that Bubba Azam and Steve Smith got to open for the Sixers. Does this ruin your prediction that the Sixers are going to come good and win the whole thing? Does it hurt them?
They're winning.
The no result?
You've heard it here. They're winning. They're going to have, in the next couple of games, one of the best T20 teams ever.
Yeah, it's decent, but we just got to pray for the rain. Go away.
They're fine. They'll win it.
The Stars defeated the Renegades by 8 wickets, won that enormous mace.
Yeah, my favourite part out of that fixture was that Marcus Stoinis at the end of it said they've had it. They've had the mace for 5 days. We get it for 12 months. So we're like, we don't care about the first derby. We've got it now for the 12 months.
And a shout out to Sammy Harper.
How good is he going?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but he's also matured in his game a bit. He's taken that reckless part, left the aggression that he's got in going at the right time. And he's a personality too on the mic.
Yeah.
I like seeing Sammy do well.
Yeah, and Usman and Marnus return in the Heat's dominant win over the Thunder. The Thunder just cannot get it going. Uzi, man of the match, 78 off 48. So well done, Usman. And as we sit here right now, Hobart Hurricanes on top on 13 points with the Scorchers and Stars just behind them, and the Sixers in fourth on 9 as well, with a couple of games to play for pretty much everyone. So all up in the air. And what have we got coming up? We've got Sydney Thunder and Melbourne Renegades just around the corner. So that's where it's at the moment. Sixers to play who in the final?
Hurricanes.
Okay. In Hobart. They'll go down and get it done down there.
Sixers Scorchers, I reckon.
What about Scorchers batting lineup?
Fascinating. Yeah. Bring back the old days. These two tussling it out in the finals.
In the WPL, Gujarat Giants sit on top of the ladder. Mooney, Wareham, Gardner in that side. Phoebe Litchfield, handy 78 off 40 to keep her good form up. And, Harmanpreet Kaur in the runs, and Sophie Devine as well.
Yeah, Sophie Devine made another 90-odd. She's getting closer to the magical triple figures over there. But, it's kicked off with a bang, the WPL. It's been good to watch.
Absolutely. That was a big addition in terms of time and emotionally.
It's emotionally draining. Congratulations, Heels.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go have a can.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
And see you in a couple of days for another episode.
Yep. See you soon.
Cheers, everyone. Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these videos up here. They're mostly good.